Oof, no wonder this is the only MCU movie I had not seen until the series. So here we are, guys, on my second movie of my Road to Avengers Endgame series, where I review every single MCU movie leading up to Avengers Endgame on April 26th. And here's number two, The Incredible Hulk, that came out in 2008, about a couple months after Iron Man. Now, this movie is about Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk, played by Ed Norton, not Mark Ruffalo, not this time, who is basically running away from the military and is trying to find his long lost love. That's basically it. The plot is very simple, and I don't necessarily always think that's a bad thing. It just, guys, this might be a shorter review. I don't have a ton to say about this movie. It's just really there and just kind of generic and forgettable. So I'm going to do the best I can here. Starting off with the positives, Ed Norton plays a very good Bruce Banner. I'm not going to say he's better or worse than Mark Ruffalo. He's just different. And it would have been interesting to see him continue in the MCU because he's so different, and I just can't picture Ed Norton playing the version of the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, that we have now that is being played by Mark Ruffalo. So, interesting, different take on the character, but for this movie, it worked for the most part. There's also some really cool action scenes, even though they seem a little odd compared to the rest of the MCU, and I'll touch on that in a second. The general, most of the action in this movie worked pretty well for what it was doing. As far as the positives go, that's about it. I don't have a ton of negatives either, though. That's the thing. This movie is just really there. It's just really forgettable. There's nothing super bad about it except for one thing, and that's Liv Tyler as Betty Ross. She is not good. I'm sorry. I don't know if she was just not the right fit for this movie, or if it was a script, or if she's just a bad actress. I don't really recall seeing her in anything else. I'm not going to assume anything. All I'm going to say is that she is not good in this movie at all, and it's very noticeable to me. A lot of people just kind of say that she's take her or leave her. I think she is very bad. I'm sorry. And her chemistry with Ed Norton does not work at all. Her lines are just very corny, and just the acting is really like, oh, Bruce. Oh my God. And her character just really seems like more of a plot device to me than an actual character, and the movie could have been fine without her. Another thing is that the main bad guy, General Ross, played by William Hurt, who actually comes back in the MCU later, which does prove that this movie is in the MCU, he's a very generic general military bad guy who's hunting down the good guy. It's just this whole movie is very simple, and it did not engage me at all in what was going on. I found myself just not really paying much attention. Also, I don't really like the look of the Hulk in this movie. It's not that bad, but I like the look better in Avengers and basically all the other MCU movies. I'm talking about when he actually turns into the Hulk. It looks odd. I don't know if most people actually seem to like it, but I did not. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to the other one. That could definitely be part of it, but it just looks kind of weird to me. This isn't really a negative per se for this movie, but since I'm doing overall MCU series review series, I kind of have to mention this. This movie just feels very out of place in the MCU. The tone is just very different. I wouldn't say it's dark, but I wouldn't say it's light either. It's just like everything else in this movie, it's just there. I have a hard time really explaining what the tone of this movie is. It's just kind of bland. I don't know how else to put it. And even though this movie technically is in the MCU, it really doesn't feel like it at all. And I don't know if it's because it was made by Universal or that the MCU hadn't exactly found their footing yet. Maybe it was a director. Maybe it was Ed Norton, because I know he messed a lot with the script and he wanted to do the same thing with the Avengers, and that's why they kicked him off that and replaced him with Mark Ruffalo. I don't have much else to say about this movie, really. I just watched it the other day, and it doesn't even really seem like a movie. It almost seems like a bunch of episodes of a TV show put together, and it's also very tedious. It's just the same chasing Ed Norton, Bruce Banner thing over and over, and you know he's going to be fine. And there's the cliched bad guy that's the dad of the guy that is, the dad of the main character's love interest, and they have a bad relationship. There's just so many things in here that are cliche and predictable, and there's really nothing different about this movie, even though there's nothing necessarily really terrible about it, aside from, in my opinion, Liv Tyler's portrayal of Betty Ross. So yeah, overall, this movie is just very forgettable. I just saw it the other day, and there's nothing really that jumped out to me about it. So unless you're doing a big MCU marathon like I am, and my buddy and my cousin should be doing as well, you know who I'm talking to. If you're not doing a big series marathon like that, I would not bother with this movie at all. It's just not going to do much for you. In my opinion, again, to each their own, but it just didn't do anything for me. I'm going to give The Incredible Hulk a 5 out of 10. So guys, have you seen The Incredible Hulk? What do you think? Leave a comment below. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post a video. And I will see you soon.